Just kidding. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the Build Show. If you like how I came in, I was like, hey, my mic's not working. Just kidding. That's my 10 days old April Fool's joke for y'all. Because, yeah. Welcome back to the Build Show. I am your host over here at the Empower Gaming Computer Studio, where we are going to be building yet another amazing PC. This is actually going to be an inventory build. I do need to adjust two things before we get started here, so hold on, please. Oh, that's great. I don't want to know how... I don't want to deal with that right now. Still don't know why CloudBot is not connecting to my Steam. Or Twitch. Steam. Twitch. Bleh. Oh. See why it stopped working on Twitch. I fixed it. Not bad, guys. Oh, this is functioning for both. It is. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why I got disabled. Welcome back to the Build Show, guys. Here. Zuka Builders. Welcome back to the Build Show. Linux Gamer. What's going on? Welcome back to the Build Show. Ant-Man. Welcome back to the Build Show. Onra. Welcome back. Steve Anderson. Welcome back. Tat. What's good? Welcome back to the Build Show. Already getting into Linux questions. It's pretty cool to see. CPU does matter. What do you know? My i7-14700K is a beast. You should see the shaders in game. Load now. It's fast. Nice. Yeah, the 14700K is a good CPU. You do a good job. Well, thank you. Alright, so now that we've got the stream set up, and I think working, I did not update the build command. I just said ask Ben for the build command for now because I'm being lazy tonight. We're going to be doing a inventory build, so that's why there's a lot of yellow stickers here. I shop around, find some good deals on parts, and then I put together a build that's at a reasonably good, nice price for somebody to purchase, and then we make somebody happy eventually down the road. But it's nice to have some PCs that are done because sometimes you get customers that walk in and have no idea the process here, which is typically you come in and ask for a quote, I build out a quote for you, and then we build out the PC live on stream, etc. Some people just walk in thinking I have pre-built PCs ready to go, so I do like to have these on hand and available for those moments. And I have a couple of customers that are told me they're going to stop in on Saturday. So I got to get a couple of these done because I think they're looking to buy one. And these are just piled up over here. And then we've got a massive pile of builds behind us for this upcoming week as well as probably the next 2 weeks, depending on how long the glass etching takes and also how long it takes to get all the parts here for this particular build. But we do have a Threadripper build coming up here in the next 2 weeks, so pretty cool. Exciting, a massive Threadripper build, actually. So we'll be doing that later in the week, or not this week, but in like 2, maybe 3 weeks, depending on when everything gets here. We're just waiting on everything. Linux Gamer, what distro are you using? Ant-Man is asking. Hey Ben, I've been building computers since the 90s. Oh wow. Well, I've not been building since the 90s, but I think it was early 2000s when I started. That's because I wasn't born yet. So I was a young lad, still learning how to not do weird things. Damn it, I just got the ROG Strix Z390F motherboard and an i5 13K, but I'm reading online that the CPU is not compatible. Is that true? Yes, the Z390 is not compatible with the i5 13 600K, assuming that's what you got. You would have to get a Z690 or a Z790 if you wanted the 90 series. But the Z390 is compatible with the 9th gen Intel, not the 13th gen. So a Z690, or a B660, or a B760, or a Z790. Those would be the boards that would be compatible with that 13th generation processor. That is a question over on the Kick. Thekick.com. Babies. Nice. Oh yeah, 460 or RTX 4060 will easily run on a 600 watt Thermaltake power supply. Yes. Doesn't take much to run a RTX 4060 X. Actually, one of the reasons why I like the card is because it's a very efficient card on the power side. So it does not draw a lot of power. So you are more than safe on a 600 watt. You could actually run it on a 500 watt and probably be perfectly fine. You could probably run it on a 450 watt and probably be perfectly fine. But you're stretching it past like a 400 watt, I think. Depending on what else is in the system, of course. Because that i5 is actually pretty efficient too, so I don't even think you're going to get close to that 600 watt peak. How come you don't get IOs with LCDs? It's a money saving thing. So this is an inventory build. I am not trying to satisfy a particular person that requested a AIO with a screen built in or screen built into their PC. I am satisfying the population of I want a gaming PC, but I don't want to spend $2,000. So that is the idea of this PC. The budget PC for folks that are realistically entering the realm of gaming PCs. That's kind of what this is for. What specs? All right, so we can run through the specs here for you guys. I know you can't really read all of the labels that well, but we have a AMD Ryzen 5 5500. Yes, but it was on sale. Can you guys guess what I got it for? You could probably zoom in and see it. Price is right there. But it was $63 for the CPU. Couldn't really pass it up. But I am putting it on a B550, so the MSI B550 Pro VC motherboard, which is a pretty decent micro ATX motherboard, has PCI Gen 4 support when they upgrade the CPU, if they do, down the road. So makes it easier for the upgrades by putting it on this motherboard. But it's a nice budgetary CPU to start out with, pairing it with the the AMD Radeon RX 6600, which is an 8 gig card. It's a fantastic 128-bit PCI 4.0 card, though it'll be running PCI 3.0 until that CPU gets upgraded. We've also got a Gen 3 SSD, 1 terabyte, and 16 gigs of DDR4 3600 megahertz by Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z here. And the SSD is by Silicon Power. It is a A60, which is the short version of their actual model number, which is P34A60. And then we've got a, I think, 650 watt 80 plus bronze power supply by RS Game. And then we're going to be cooling it with an Aqua Elite 240. And the reason why I went with this cooler is because we got it for about the same price as a Peerless Assassin, which is what I would have used in this build. But because I got this cooler for almost the same price, it was a few dollars more. I was like, well, let's put the liquid cooler in there, and that'll make future upgrades for them a little easier if they wanted to upgrade. And liquid coolers in gaming PCs sell a lot better than air coolers, believe it or not. Because that's what everybody sees, you know, their streaming buddy that they watch have on their system, so they want to have the same thing. Still waiting on GPU, pulling my hair out because that's all I'm lacking for daughter's build. Oh man. Yeah, is that, well, you ordered that was coming from China, right? That was one of the Eastern sellers, right? I can't remember where it was coming from. I think you told me, and I think you said it was China. Is my microphone popping? Like, am I popping? Is the sound quality popping? On my dash here, it says I am. Owner, ask Ben. Yeah, it's a Ryzen 5 5500 on a B550 Micro ATX Pro Series board. An AMD Radeon RX 6600, 650 watt, 80 plus bronze power supply, Aqua Elite 240 by Thermalright, and a 1 terabyte M.2 NVMe SSD with 16 gigs of RAM built into the Thermaltake View 170 is the case that we're going to be building in today. Good to know. Yes. Yeah, no problem, Luke. I've seen Quantum Physics PC on the dark web cooled at 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, man. D790, you can also install the 14th gen Intel. Yes. Yes, you can. Yeah, the 600 series and 700 series are for the 12th gen, 13th gen, and 14th gen. Can a Ryzen 5 5500 be used in a B450 Tomahawk Pro Max? Yes. Yes, it can, but you might, depending on how old the board is, and the last time you updated your BIOS, you might have to update the BIOS before you put the Ryzen 5 5500 in there, because the 400 series originally was released with second generation, like the 2000 series, for AMD Ryzen. So it is a bit older, and you might have to do a BIOS update before. So if you already have a CPU in there, definitely do the BIOS update before you drop your CPU in. Now you should do that anytime you are adding a new CPU to a platform. Usually best practice. Oh yeah, I love these build streams. I just bought. Oh, hey Aaron. Hey Aaron. How's the build treating you, man? Could not be happier. Awesome. Awesome. Bet it's running a lot cooler than that other one. I didn't have a CPU in yet. I am building 3 PCs right now. Holy smokes. Building 3 PCs. Yeah, if it's a more recent B450, like you're just buying off the shelf right now, it'll probably have the BIOS already on there for the 5000 series. So you should be okay. But sometimes you'll get one that's been on the shelf for 2 years, 3 years, and it was before the 5000 series was even released, and so the BIOS doesn't have the support for it. Yeah. Nice's little build that you're doing. Oh yeah, this is a nice little build that we're doing. Nice little build we're doing. I think that's what we're trying to say. It's a nice little build we're doing. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. So, we're going to move the graphics card and the power supply out of the way, because we're not going to be really using those right up front. We're going to slide our cooler over here, because we're not really going to be using that right now. But we are going to start with the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, the SSD. So let's go ahead and start by getting the motherboard out of its box. Every now and then I get a weird thingamabopper. Alright. Yay, all the important stuff is here. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you guys. I am so excited about this. I'm so proud of myself about this as well. I'm going to set this over here for just a moment. I want to show you guys. So I finally did it. I bought a screw organizer, or like a fishing tackle box, basically, from Amazon Basics. But this was like, I think 18 bucks. And it's going to make my life so much easier because I have all my screws organized. And I haven't even gone through like the massive pile of screws that I have, so I have thousands more screws to go through and organize here. But it's going to make finding a screw so much faster, so I don't have to be shuffling around and you guys being like, I wonder if Ben fell down the stairs while he walked away. So you don't have to sit there and wonder about me anymore. While I'm looking for a screw, I have them all. A+ for organization. Yeah, so picked up a box of M.2 screws, extras. They're running low. You can find those on Amazon. I think that was like $10, which is pretty impressive for the quantity of screws that you get out of there and difficulty of finding them. Sweet, that looks nice, man. Nice. I want one. Yeah, like I said, it's on Amazon Basics is the brand, and I like that it's bright orange because I could see all the screws, especially if they're black, and you can find them. It just makes the job so much easier. Oh, I need that. What did wife make for dinner tonight? We had actually really bad. This is one night because I had to run over to Armada because we were installing internet over there, business internet we're dropping, and we had Taco Bell on the way back, so we ate Taco Bell. We did not make dinner tonight. We had a weak moment where we're like, oh, we're hungry, so rest in peace, toilet, in about 2 or 3 hours. Go ahead and get zoomed in here. All right. There we go. We've got our AMD AM4 motherboard, which is MSI. It's a B550M. M stands for the Micro ATX on the model. But this is a Pro Series motherboard, and it's the VC Wi-Fi. So it's got Wi-Fi built into it. It has a lot of different options here on the back of the board. So there you can see them all. HDMI option, display port option, and a VGA option, which I don't know why still exists, but it does. And then there's some USB 3 options there, as well as I think that was 3.2 or 3.1. And we have a heat spreader here, and an additional M.2 slot down here for an additional SSD if they want to add more. And it's got the 4 slots and a little heatsink over the VRM, so it's a nice little board to start with. I do like these for budgetary builds because they're around $100 right now. You can sometimes find them cheaper if you shop around. I think what do we spend on this? We spent about $100 on the board, even open box. But they were hard to find when I bought this. They're actually really hard to find. Everything was out of stock when I bought it originally. I was like, oh, a nice B550 board that I can get my hands on. Thinking I could do 18 builds in a day. And then this is actually an open box CPU, which is a Ryzen 5 5500 from Micro Center that we're installing into the socket. And then next, we're going to install 16 gigs of DDR4 3200. Do not worry, $57.99 is not what I paid for this. That is just an old sticker from Micro Center. So I was at Micro Center and I was like, oh, I'll grab some RAM. And we still install the RAM in slots A2 and B2. Be the first to know when that changes, if that ever does. Yeah, deal with that trash soon. Yo, what's up, Young Joe? Godzend, what are your thoughts on the ZTT screwdriver? The LTT screwdriver. So the LTT screwdriver, which I do have one, I've had actually 2 total. The first one didn't die. How you feeling, or how am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself, Young Joe, man? Thanks for stopping in. But the first one didn't die. It actually was fine. I gave it away to somebody that I did a PC build with. So I was like, here, you can keep the screwdriver you built with. And it was the LTT store screwdriver. So I bought another one because I actually kind of started liking it a lot, secretly deep down inside. After I didn't have it for a week, I missed it, so I went and bought another one. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay. Nice. But I really like the magnetic power that comes with the screwdriver. You drop a screw somewhere and that thing will pick it up like a teleportation device. Beam me up, Scotty.